this is Souls44. How are you today? This is another Project Ozone 3 play. I just wanted to go back through and take another look. I've been away for the holidays and I'm back and wanted to say hello and thanks for stopping by. I'm not really going to go through too much of the guidebook. If you noticed, if you followed through my entire Project Ozone 3 setup, I went through a guide of all my different quests and things that I have completed. I'm about going to say that this is about the end of Project Ozone 3 for me. There's nothing really I can't do right now, but I wanted to cover a few things with that I've learned in the last few days. I actually jumped on a server. It's a really good server. The people there are really cool, really fun. It's kind of a strange jump to go from playing by yourself or on a LAN than in a server. Now that the internet that I have is actually good enough, I can actually play. It's not great, but you know, I can actually get going on doing stuff. I just wanted to cover a few things that you may have seen real quick. Let me head over to my blood magic area. I know I'm in my astral area, but I wanted to kind of look at some stuff there to rectify some situations. So, as you can see, I am gaining LP now. I was losing it before, and I had some point, I don't even know why or how, I had picked up my orb, and I had it in my hand the whole time. And so the ritual going on underneath was broken, so I turned it off. Well, I thought I turned it off. I broke the Master Ritual Stone to make it quit, and so now I'm stuck gathering a ton of LP again to reactivate it, I thought, but it looks like it was working. I'm not too sure. I do know that when creatures are dying in this relative area that I'm gaining a lot of LP, and so I know that that part of it's working, but that might just be because of this right here. Let's take a look. This is a ritual anchor, and it is tied into my astral, which is what I was doing a minute ago. I've learned a whole lot more about astral in the last few days. Astral Sorcery has unlocked a few more options for me, and excuse me, I need coffee. I wanted to talk about a couple of things I learned. I've researched. And once again, I'm going to offer my services for helping anyone that wants to learn more about how to do certain things. Just leave a comment down below and ask me either that, or you can ask me Souls44 on at Souls44 on Twitter. Either one of those will work. All you have to do is, you know, ask me to video of something, make a video or do some task on Project Ozone 3 or Direwolf 20, or you pick a mod pack, pick a mod, I'll make it happen and see if I can make it work for you. I'm not saying my videos are going to be the ultimate end-all be-all. As I can attest to from playing on the server, I've learned a very large amount of variety of things that make my ability to help others even better. I've got the time. You just need to ask me what you need to do. In the meantime, what I want to do is explain what's going on here. This is a really weak crystal, so let me take a look and show you. Oh, actually, no, this is one I actually worked on. This one is Decidia. It is a size 400, 100, 100. Basically, this is a rock crystal. You take the rock crystal and you sharpen it, and you put it in a thing of liquid starlight, like yeah. And split it a million times. Every time you split it, it has a chance of increasing its purity. You want to get its purity up to 100%. As far as its size goes, size is pretty much irrelevant when it comes to the ritual. From what I've actually done quite a bit of testing on it, it's not really a big deal to have a huge size. And neither does, and same thing with the cutting for the ritual. The purity seems to be the biggest deal. But I always want to have the 100, 100. Everybody does. So you just either have to create an automated system to keep dropping the crystals in and pulling them out as they split. and you don't have to. Dyer's Direwolf 20 has a very in-depth integrated dynamics way of doing this. But I want to say for sure, from my experience so far, and it's been quite a bit, but not nearly as much as his, I'm sure, the easiest way to do it is simply to have some way of detecting the number of entities inside the pool. It's slow, but I wonder if I can even do it here. Let's take a look. It's called a sensor. Yep, there it is. I'll make one of them. If it'll, no, of course not. It's gonna make a whole bunch. This broken mod pack is, well, this broken mod I have. So this right here is a sensor. You just tell the sensor, hey, where do I even have my crescent right? I don't even know. I've been off of this game for this mod pack for quite a while. Really? I gotta make one? Wow. Who would have thought? You can tell I haven't really been doing a whole lot with it because I don't even remember where all my stuff is. Anyhow, the pointing of this thing I've covered before in videos points towards it. Actually, it's too far away. It needs to be an odd number of spaces because the sensor only works an odd number of spaces unless you set it to more, which you can do. Let's go ahead and do that. What I do is this area, I go 3, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then instead of block and then fluid and growth, you go to entities and you say, do I have any in here? I do. Okay, so I throw that in here, and I'm going to tell it to look for this. It's already kind of on a fuzzy mode. It doesn't really care what the purity and all this other junk is. And just to show that it works, oh wait, someone showed me something cool last night. Yeah, let's do this. I just want one. Yay, I can make one. Alright. I'm not too worried. I'm not going to be playing it too much. I'm done pretty much being serious. As you can see, Redstone Signal. Ta-da. Right. And did that not? Oh my gosh. Alright, well, there. We want it to be there. Okay, so we're getting a redstone signal. So if you know it now, you can get a redstone signal from that, right? Boom. Are you going to make me out to be a liar? Oh, I am a dope. Alright, so entities. And then you just tell it you want 2. The answer to that is false. There is not 2 of them. Oops. Well, and every mod pack is going to be a little different. So there's only 1 right now, and you can hear it slosh around in there. What it does is it randomly, at, I don't know, X number of intervals will duplicate, or it'll just get rid of this liquid starlight. So the other option you need to do is to, and this is something I've learned, do not change do not put something facing upwards. I was going to use a fluid placer, like, excuse me, that's one right there. There's many different fluid placers or ways of placing fluid that I know of. This one's, what did I do? Wow. Okay, I could have swore I said drop one off, but anyway, you would just have liquid starlight pumping into it, and I use one of the side blocks to do it. So you would want to place it like this, but down, of course, into where this marble is. I'm not going to run a line to it and do all that stuff. I did a lot of that already down there. As you can see, there's already a way of gathering liquid starlight and pumping it from this well into this fluid placer, and I would just drop them in there. Oh, I've already grabbed them all up. So anyway, you just drop them in there, and it just keeps on pumping starlight as it gets used up. But I learned a few things also, or I'm experimenting with a few things as well, just to kind of get in depth, and that is using these collector crystals and having them linked to, see, it's out. And let's see, did it? I knew it grew. Yep, it grew. It didn't split. So if it doesn't split, the purity stays the same. I want to make that clear, is that's something that if you're using MVT data to figure out, you're going to want to make sure that you're not looking at. Just look for the size. You don't have to look for the purity until you get to 100. Once you get to 100% purity, just split that one over and over and over and over again. Don't even bother messing around. Let's see. Do I have a reservoir with the liquid starlight? I think I do. Yeah, liquid starlight. Don't even bother with. Have it. Yeah, there. Yeah, there. No. There. There it goes. It's sync. Don't even bother with anything else. Just make sure that you get your purity up to 100%. The reason why you want a purity up to 100%, and this is the only reason that I can see of use for me when the way I play. You want to use the tools, get the cutting, to get everything up to 100%. Just get everything up to 100%, right? But mostly I want to get the purity up to 100% because I like to use the rituals the most. And that's going to give you the best lenses that can do the most. Now the size of the crystal when you craft, I can demonstrate this real quick. I can't demonstrate this real quick. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab all my stuff I need. I'm gonna need a few things so that I can make a lens or two. I love using lenses to move the light around. First of all, it's really fun. Not gonna lie, that's just something I enjoy doing. I can't remember which one I need. I'll just grab all of them. Spectral relay, no. Alright, so let's see what else I need. So relay, or lens. Just type in lens. There. Lens. And so here's the thing. It doesn't show anything in this right here. I want to be very clear that it doesn't matter what you have for crystal, except for it does. Depending on your status of the crystal, depends on the lens that you make. And I wish this was actually named a relay. I believe that mod author got it twisted, because in reality it seems like this is more of a relay of starlight than it is a lens. I would have thought maybe more of the lens, but I don't know. To me it just seems kind of weird. Maybe I'm a doofus. Anyhow, so the size of your crystal. Let's do this. This is a 135. Let's just go ahead and put this stuff on here. Let's see if I can get that to go again. All right, boom. Now it shows the 351 because it's going to use the biggest one. We'll use the smaller one. Okay, so using the smaller one, it doesn't show how many I'm going to make, but the larger the one you make, the larger the crystal you use, the more relays you get, or lenses you get. I keep calling them relays. Now I'm definitely screwing up. Where's my wand? Give me that. I want that too. Alright, so we're going to craft and see how many we get. We got 1. And it takes on the attributes of the crystal used. Set that down. You can't tell by looking at it. It's just you got to pick it up and have it in your hand. Alright, so now we're going to try again. This time we're going to use... Why didn't it... I keep clicking. There we go. Now you've got to have engraved infused wood to do this. I'll show you how to make that here in 1 second, because I was kind of confused. How many we get? 4. So with a 351, 400 being the max size, I got 4 lenses. If you have 400, I've gotten 6, I thought. The best thing to use for lenses after you can get access to them are the And I'm about to make one. So let's just go ahead and, oh, actually I gotta have rock crystal to do that, don't I? I happen to have some. Okay, I use, to make these celestial crystals, I always use the weakest of all my my rock crystals, because I'm gonna grow it anyway, and I have not seen a growth difference, and I don't believe there is. So just use your worst one. As far as I'm concerned, that's the best way to go. I put the crystal in first, and then star metal dust. Okay, stardust, and it's transmutable, so EMCable anyway. You drop it into a pool of liquid starlight. Play the waiting game. It really doesn't take too long for it to transform into a cluster. Now, oh, as you can see, it's on because it detected two entities. What you would normally do is attach this to a vacuum. Is it a vacuum hopper? Some form of vacuum, like an item vacuum, item collector. Something like maybe one of these. You could do, oh, there it is. You could use a range collector. I use range collectors on the server. They seem to work pretty good. There is a cleaner on the server that will erase your stuff if you don't pick it up all the time, so it's actually kind of handy to have. Hook it up to the ME system, or the applied energistic system, and have it just import from there. Then you can just move it wherever you need to. Let's see, did it change? It changed. I can tell it changed because the liquid starlight was gone. Okay, so here's the cool trick I learned. All right, as you can tell, it is sitting on marble. And so it's going to take, and it has to be exposed to the stars. So do not put this underground or under any platforms or anything like that. Make sure it's up and open to the stars. The more ambient starlight available, it seems to move a little faster. There are constellation, it's a horologium. I use on my server. It does speed up the process of changing this crystal into a full-grown crystal. Let's see. I don't need this one. But I have a way of harvesting these. I figured it out the other night, and I don't know if it's in here or not. It's an extra utilities. I don't like that. Is it in here? I've never used it before, and I was very blown away by its power. It's going to be used for me. It's a detector of some sorts. It's like kind of like the sensor where it looks in front of it, and it relays that information out the back, and allowing you sort of like a way of detecting. You can do plant growth, crystal growth. There's a lot of stuff. Where is it? It's got to be in here somewhere. Scanner. There it is. Scanner. Okay, so scanner. This is what I use to automate my crystal growth detection system. Place it down. Make sure that that red little dot is facing. I'm going to use my crescent wrench, which I can't believe I didn't have on me. Alright, so we're going to go into it. And right now it says flat air is detected, and this is an ugly GUI, but you can hit set the current block. Now it's going to tell you it's at 0. So right now, out the back, let me show you. This block is super powerful. For anyone that's using Redstone, or you could use Redstone conduiting from Ender.io, which I love using because there's channels on it, and it's better. It's just better. You can attach it to stuff, turn it in and off, change colors. It's really awesome. So right now we're saying emit a redstone signal at 0 because these are highlighted. When you put a slash through them, they won't. So I can do this. It turns off. All right. So that way you can choose any one of these 4, well, it's technically 5 values of the object it's observing to determine whether you want to output a redstone signal. So I can go like this, and I say I don't want it to emit a redstone signal until 4 lights up. So until this grows to level 4, no redstone signal will come out of the back. This is going to allow me to automate the other side over here. Oh, dang it. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I derped that one, didn't I? Well, let me fix that. I'll go ahead and explain what I'm going to do here. So we have an auto breaker. Really? I don't have any. No void? Wow, okay. So auto breaker. The auto breaker can be set with a redstone torch to have a pulse instead of it just breaking all the time. I'm getting my inventory way too full. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, I did it first try. Be careful when you're setting these down because they will break whatever's in front of them if you're not too fast with this redstone torch. So right now the signal is set for pulse, and I'm doing this really wonky. Oops, I'm doing this really wonky right now. I don't need you right now. We're going to. This is going to end up being a demonstration. I'm not going to spend all night showing you guys my setup on how to collect them and everything because you're going to have to come up with your own way. This is just what I do. I don't know for sure if that'll go off unless this is up here. But in any case, this observer now is not seeing anything, so it's not going to emit a redstone signal. But let's say I was, as you saw, oh, it's still set for celestial crystal because it was broke, which is good. Oh, let's do this. All right. And do I have iron ore? I bet I don't even have any ores. I bet I don't have any ore. I do have ores, but do I not? I don't have iron. No? For real? I do. There's iron. Okay. Fantastic. That's good news. All right. Just for the sake of the video, let me show you all this. This can be transmuted into star metal with a collector crystal. And the cluster will actually transform it back into iron again. So what I did in my play is I took, do I have one free right now? I don't even have one free. But I really wish I would have set this up a little better for you guys. Just for sake of argument, I don't really need to enforce the ritual over there, so yeah. This bad boy's coming with me. Did it fall? There it is. Alright, so this is an extreme example. This is a size 15342 Lucerna for healing. That's what I was using to heal myself, to get enough blood essence to get the ritual going and things. So, for sake of argument, we're going to place this. I'm going to need to extend the block range just a little bit. Let's go right there and right there. You can't put it, for whatever reason, right on top of the ore, or it will not. And I do this. I don't like having it there. I like it floating in the air. It's kind of neat, and I probably would, and I will, and I already do have in my my server playthrough. I've actually got a lot of these things, a lot of them. I've got them everywhere. And I don't have any problem with the lag or anything like that because of it. What you're going to do, I apologize again for the yawn. I've got to get some coffee. Take the linking tool, link it to your block. Now, I have, I think, 4 or 5 of these all on one block, just constantly giving it starlight. Now, you could use these lenses. Wow, that purity is really bad. So this is going to be opaque, and it's not going to transfer light very far, and it's definitely going to lose energy. So I mean, it's right there. There's no reason to give it, you know, to do anything else with it. I would move this ritual here, but I would create a huge mess because my mob spawner and farm is still running. Yeah. The ritual that this is tied to kills mobs. And you can see it right here. Avitus, I believe. Anyway, you magnify it. Oh, I'm missing a lens. Oh, that's what I was doing the lenses for. And you reflect the light that comes back off of it back down to here. And then it refracts back, and you can just basically keep on doing that. Once you get this ritual going, I don't know if it's just per my other mod pack or not, but I was able to unlink this crystal from this lens, and now I didn't have to actually give it anymore, and these sustained itself. It's kind of like a reactor. So it's almost like a miniature starlight reactor. And you can see the particle effects of this is changing this into star metal. It's going to take a long time because that was a really weak crystal. But if you get a really high purity, really pure, powerful crystal, you can change the ore into star metal fairly quickly, and then you can harvest it with an auto breaker that detects the change with the sensor. And you can just have like thousands of star metal if you have enough ore. Iron ore anyway. I'm actually on a server, and I have I think I got like 6,000. 6,000, 7,000 of this ore already of star metal, and that server there's actually a market, and I sell it. I've been selling it anyway, just to kind of get other things I want. In other words, so I'm going to jump Starlight on here. That doesn't affect, as far as I know, that doesn't affect the transformation. I don't think it speeds anything up, slows anything down. Are you serious? Oh man. So let's go crystal. I'm going to have to break some of these just so that I can have some. And I don't want to silk touch. I almost silk touched it. That's actually how I got it in the first place. Alright. We're going to do it one more time. Let's choose the weakest one. That one is the 92% pure. That's a really good, a lucky drop. So I used the worst ones I got because I'm going to just put these in here. It doesn't really matter because once it becomes a crystal, a cluster, it's not going to throw it in there. Boom. Alright. There it is. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know if there's a way of speeding it up. I know Halorogium, whatever. There's a 4-star constellation that, for me, I am always lose, and I don't ever find it. It only comes out, I believe, after full moons or during eclipses or something. It's not very often. In any case, there it is. So there's a cluster. It only comes out once in a while. I put that over here with a ritual in my server playthrough. I did the same thing I did with this, where I've accelerated, but I've also added what's that? There's a constellation that'll concentrate that spell down. That ritual down. Then that's these faint deals. I believe you use Alteria. Yeah, Alteria will. It actually it reduces the diameter or the range of a ritual, but it intensifies it greatly. So by putting that on top of the Halorogium, whatever it is, it's a lot faster. Do I even have it? This one, Horologium, or is it Aura? Hourlogium. In any case, it looks like an hourglass, so it's an hourlogium. It increases the speed of machines, but I believe it also increases the speed of the growth of the cluster. Anyway, I just wanted to show how I did it. Once this detector sees that it is at stage 4, this redstone signal is going to go off. It's going to break, and the item goes inside the breaker. So on this side or this side, whichever side you want to go to, you can set it up, or even underneath. I'll probably do mine underneath in my playthrough on the server. It will break it, and then you just have the vacuum collect it up. It's really that simple. And then now that gives you the celestial. I don't even think I have any. I don't. These celestial crystals. They can then be turned into these right here, which are really powerful. These are just rock crystals. I'll take it off really quick so you can see. This is an attuned rock crystal to Avitus, size 304, which is not max size and is not max parity. It's pretty high though. I mean, it's good enough. It's good enough. Boom, put it back on there before I lose my mob farm altogether. And that's it for today. I just wanted to go ahead and say, hey, I'm back. Thanks for being patient if you actually do watch these videos. There's a ton of videos available in my arsenal. Man, I'm going to be making a whole lot more. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to see what I've got going on. And yeah, I've learned a bunch of stuff. I've learned some tricks. And some of these tricks I've made up on my own. I mean, but yeah, take what I've got and expand upon it. That's exactly what I'm doing with other people's stuff that I've learned from them. And thanks for stopping by. This is Souls44. Like, subscribe, and comment. Leave a message for me on Twitter if you want to know some more information on something. Remember, pick a mod and I'll make a video if you need me to. Specifically for a block even, because that's something that in mod spotlights is often overlooked. You have a very large amount of stuff, and they discover all the stuff, and then next thing you know, you're trying to play with it and you can't figure it out. You get frustrated and you quit playing with the mod, or you call the mod a horrible mod, and then you don't give the mod pack that you're playing a full opportunity to flush itself out. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. This is Souls44. You have a great day.